Hey you guys, welcome back to Lisa & Company, where today we are doing 3 super simple, quick, easy, and inexpensive Dollar Tree DIYs. If that sounds like something good, then please stick around and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll know every time we upload a video here at Lisa & Company. All right, let's get started with number 1. It doesn't get any easier than this. I've got this bag from Dollar Tree. We've all had these before, and if you watched my Dollar Tree haul in the new year, then you saw that I picked up 3 of these. I've also got some floral foam and some florals. I haven't seen these particular ones at any of the Dollar Trees, but I go to one that's a little bit older and disorganized, and I think they may have been kicking around for a long time. Let's get started. Okay, first things first, we are going to dismantle this bag a little bit. Basically, we're going to cut along the top hem where the handles are attached, and I'm using the lines of the buffalo plaid to make sure I'm getting a nice straight line. Not that it really matters in the long run, but you know what? Start as you mean to go on, right? Next, we're going to make what I'll call a backwards hem. Usually, if you were hemming something, you would turn it under and then turn it under again. We're going to do it the opposite way. We're going to turn it out. So we want that white part on the inside of the bag to show. I'm just using a couple of dots of glue to help hold it down on this first go round, and I'm going to speed this up so you can see just how simple this is. Repeat that whole process one more time so you have a beautiful clean hem, and you guys, this project is almost finished. You're just going to pop that piece of foam right in the bottom of the bag. I didn't even glue it in because I thought if I wanted to use this for something else, for another season or another kind of decor, it would be all ready to go. Now, I did decide to take apart some of these stems, and others I left in place because I wanted it a little bit higher in the middle and a little bit lower on the sides, and this way I could really manipulate where all these stems were going to go. On now to project number 2. I picked up this frame at the Dollar Tree, and it is kind of a neat one. I haven't seen this one before. It's about 11.5 by 11.5 inches. Again, we're going to take apart this bag, but we're going to take it apart completely so that we can use this for this project as well as the next one. Next up, let's get this frame taken apart. Now, I will say this frame I found was a little flimsy, and I actually managed to break one of the metal pieces as I was taking it apart. What we're going to do is take that glass out, and we're going to put our bag on top of it. We're really only using it as a backing for the bag, and then we will use the back of the frame to put it all together at the end. I'm going to just lay this on top and figure out, again, using those lines of the buffalo plaid, the best place to cut, and then we're going to use our matte Mod Podge, and again, only doing that because this bag is plastic and shiny, and I'd much prefer a more matte finish. So I'm going to go ahead and use my glue gun just for a couple of dots to hold it down while I get the Mod Podge put on top. Watch how quickly this part goes. We just want a quick coat of the matte Mod Podge, save that 3 times fast so that we can cover the entire thing. All right, let's put this together. I will tell you, in hindsight, I wish I had Mod Podged that entire piece of the bag right to the glass. I just wasn't sure how well it would stick. It did work out in the end. I don't want you to think it didn't work. I put the back on, and it did hold everything really well together. Now I have this cute little wreath. I picked it up, I believe it was at the Habitat for Humanity Restore. I think it was new and came from sort of a Home Goods, Home Sense type place. And I'm just going to put that on there. But if you were trying to use just Dollar Tree stuff, they do have some amazing florals right now in their spring. So you could just twist that into a wreath shape and you'd be finished in no time. I'm just tying a bow, and this is actually the ribbon that came attached to the wreath. We're going to flip that small piece over the back and glue it down, and done, done, done. Oh my goodness, I love this one, and I love how easily it came together. All right, this one is so easy. We're taking these 3 Dollar Tree mason jars. We're going to use what's left of the last bag and cut strips out of it to go on top. But first, we are going to paint the tops. I'm not crazy about that sort of gold color. And we're going to use our Rust-Oleum chalked in linen white to get that done. Sometimes with DIY, you think of something as you're moving along. I forgot I had this great little wooden tray from Dollar Tree, and it fits 2 of the mason jars absolutely perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this project with the tray. Going to give it a quick coat of paint with that Rust-Oleum white chalk paint again, and I'll save that 3rd jar for another project. I'm going to go ahead and cut up this bag and finish off these great little mason jars. I decided that 4 squares was the perfect width to fit on the jar carefully, so I am literally cutting a strip from one side of the bag to the other, 4 squares wide, and we're going to do that 2 times for both jars. Just make sure you pull that strip of bag really tight before you put the glue down. That'll prevent it from slipping down and off the jar. We are going to go ahead and finish these off by wrapping some twine around it. I did it about 4 times and then just tied a simple loop bow right on the front. I always find these little wooden pieces from Dollar Tree are a little rough around the edges, so I like to wait until I've painted them and then I go over them with a really fine sandpaper. There's 2 parts to this. It gets rid of any of the edges that have been raised by painting, and I find with this Rust-Oleum chalked paint, when you use a really good like 200 grit sandpaper, it almost polishes and creates this beautiful finish. So that's my best tip when using this paint. Are you ready to see it all put together? Ta-da! I love the way these jars came out, and I have a feeling they are headed for the coffee bar where they will look perfectly at home. And this bag, I'm actually feeling like that is going in that front hallway. If you saw my Valentine's DIY videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. As for the wreath, I have a feeling that might be coffee bar bound as well. Make sure you stay tuned because I have a couple more videos with the coffee bar to get done, and you'll be able to see all the projects come together in one place. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give me a comment down below and tell me which one's your favorite. And thanks for stopping by, Lisa & Company. We'll see you next time.